How's it going, my car dudes? Liam here from the Car Dudes channel, and today I'm proud to present to you all a review of this 2018 Audi A4 S-Line. So as always, I'm going to give you guys a full and in-depth review of this A4. I will show you guys the interior and the exterior of the car. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Coming to the trunk, there are three ways to open it. Either the key fob, the lever on the trunk, or the lever inside. As you can see, very compact sedan. The trunk space is definitely very good. It goes in quite deep, and the seats are 60/40 split folding. You also do have tie-down hooks for your shopping bags and tie-down hooks over here. This would lift up, revealing some underfloor storage, but as you can see, it's tied down, so I can't lift it up. But the idea is that this would come up and it would clip onto the weather stripping here, so that you don't have to sort of have someone hold this up for you. You also have your first aid kit, some storage on this side. Coming to the back seat, fairly wide opening doors. Now for a compact sedan, it is actually pretty impressive back here. This seat is put in a position that I would be comfortable driving in, and my knee room, I have an adequate amount of knee room. My foot room, I can definitely put my feet under the seat, so there's no problems there. My headroom is also, it's okay, especially even with a sunroof. My headroom is alright, and shoulder room is also decent. We have your rear AC controls and your cigarette lighter, as well as an ashtray. We do have a center armrest right here, a bit of storage, and also some really creatively designed cup holders. How cool is that? One thing to keep in mind is that if you are rather tall like me, you should be careful when getting out, because you will bump your head on this pillar right here. So you sort of have to stoop down and you can get out in a more dignified manner. But overall, the back seat is definitely not too bad, especially for a compact sedan. This A4 does have smart key access. Right now the car is locked. To unlock it, just make sure you have the key fob on you and pull the back of the door handle. And to lock the car, just touch the little indent on any of the four door handles and the car will lock. Here's the key fob for the A4. It is the older style Audi key fob. Our unlock, lock, and our trunk. Along with that smart key access system, this A4 does have push button start, so just make sure you have the key fob somewhere in the vehicle. Put your foot on the brake and press the console mounted start button to start. Fires up no problem. A 3-spoke flat bottom S-Line steering wheel. It is electrically assisted. It does have an 8-speed automatic transmission. Right now you're in drive. To put it in sport mode, just tilt back, and to go back into drive, tilt back again. And you can also shift it to Tiptronic. You have a backup camera with guidance lines, and to put it in park, just press the P button and the car is in park. Your electronic parking brake is right here. Right now it is engaged. To disengage it, make sure your foot is on the brake and push down, and to engage it, just pull up. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on the automatic headlamps, the front and rear fog lights, as well as the high beams. Pop the hood. All four windows are fully automatic. And we'll go ahead and check out the exterior of the car. This A4 has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, producing 187 brake horsepower and 236 foot-pounds of torque. It has a 0 to 100 time of 7.2 seconds and a top speed of 240 kilometers an hour. However, this A4 has been tuned to make up to 275 brake horsepower. Picture this, you're a business executive who wants to buy a brilliant luxury car, but you don't want to stand out from the crowd like a mafia boss. No, you don't want an A8, not even an A6. You, my friend, will buy an Audi A4. It is perfect for someone who wants luxury but also to remain understated. The A4 will do the job nicely. In my opinion, the Mercedes C-Class is a bit too boring for me. It's literally a Mercedes S-Class, just smaller. The 3 Series of this era is just not as good value as the A4. What I said earlier about the C-Class being a smaller S-Class is true, however it does apply to the A4. But here's the difference. The A4 provides the same amount of quality, 80% of the luxury, and almost as much comfort. Yes, fair enough. But the difference is that the A4 provides its own uniqueness from the A8. It doesn't try to be like an A8, it doesn't try to look like one, drive like one, or be as luxurious as one. It provides a small bit of each of those things and still remains unique to itself. Audi understands the mindset of a person who buys an A4. An A4 buyer wants a car that is luxurious, sporty, and well built. A C-Class offers all of that, but only in C63 form. An A4 provides all of that all across the range. And that being said, a C-Class or even a 3 Series of this time does not have the same wow factor as an A4. That's why I think the A4 is the best compact sedan from this point in time. This model of the A4 is known as the B9 and was launched in mid-2015. On the used market in Sri Lanka, a 1.4-liter A4 would go for around 8 to 10 million depending on the spec. The 2-liter models like this one are very rare and would add quite a premium to that figure. Out of the main 3 compact luxury sedans, the A4 is my favorite in terms of styling. Like I said earlier, it is unique to itself. It doesn't try to trick onlookers into thinking it's an A6 or A8, and it looks way more modern than a C-Class, and the F30 was also getting a bit long in the tooth as well. Its swooping turn signals and curvy body lines make the car look sporty and understated. However, at the same time it makes it look classy and elegant. Not something you can say about many cars in today's day and age. Coming to the interior, we have power windows, locks and mirrors. It's a full power driver's seat with power lumbar. Light controls. Typical of Audi, having a very solid sounding door close. Coming to the interior, we have dual zone automatic climate control. Individual zones for the driver and passenger, as well as temperature. We have 3 different zones to choose from: tri-zone, sync, and you can also set the rear. You can also fan speed right here. Those are different zones. Our recirculation off, and our front and rear defrost. Coming to the stereo of this A4, this has Audi's premium Bang & Olufsen sound system, which sounds absolutely amazing. Take a listen for yourself. Obviously camera does not do justice, but if you listen to the stereo in person, it'll knock your socks off. It's amazing. So coming to the infotainment system, this is Audi's slightly older infotainment system. This came out in 2015 with the launch of the 2nd generation Audi Q7, I believe. So it's a slightly different format to what it was in the previous generation. Previously there would be 4 different quadrants in the corners of the screen. Now it's a bit different, so you have these 2 different sections on either side of the screen. You can either control them by pressing these 2 buttons or by flicking the wheel to the left or to the right. So right now we're in the media section, which is like media, which would be telephone, Bluetooth audio, you know, USB connectivity, auxiliary, that kind of stuff. We can flick to radio if we want, and you can see we have our different radio presets right here. And then on this side we have our telephone and our navigation. So we have a map right there, which is pretty cool. Obviously, for Audis, the navigation system does not work in Sri Lanka, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. And of course, telephone, which you just flick down right there. Now, another cool thing that this swivel wheel, much like BMWs nowadays, is actually a 2-in-1. So if we go to like telephone and we try and search a name, this is actually a touchpad, which is pretty cool. Normally with like the higher end Audis, like a Q7 or an A8, you get a separate touchpad. I think this is cool that this is actually built in. We also have our different presets for the radios right here. They are touch sensitive, as you can see. So if you run your finger across them, it'll show up on the screen, which is pretty cool. Now down here we have your Audi Drive Select. This is to turn off start stop, our traction control, our parking assist, and this is to turn off the screen. Unlike most Audis of this era, the screen does not like retract into the dashboard, which is what I actually was expecting. It's sort of like a fixed iPad. I'm not sure whether I like it or not. It's this is like the first time I'm seeing this, but I feel that it would have been nicer if it sort of retracted into the dashboard. That way when the car is off, just parked, it would have had a more clean look. But maybe that's just me. Maybe some people like it like this. It doesn't retract in the facelifted A4 because the new infotainment system is actually a touchscreen. There's no swivel wheel or any of that right here. Over here we have your volume knob right here. This, also like the touchpad scroll wheel right here, is also a 2-in-1, so it also it controls your volume. But you can also seek up, seek down, so push right if you want to go to the next track, and push back if you want to go to the previous track. If I want to go to the previous track, like so. Over here we have a little storage space. Lifting this up, we have some center cubby space along with a auxiliary port and 2 USB ports, along with a cigarette lighter. And in here we have 2 cup holders, along with a little bit of storage and a 12-volt power outlet way back there. Now this particular A4 has Audi's virtual cockpit, which is basically like the entire gauge cluster. It's a digital driver's display, as Matt Watson would call it. Personally, I feel this is one of the best in the business. It's better than BMWs, it's better than Mercedes. Even nowadays, this is the older model, or the older version of it, and I still think that this is better than some of the newer stuff BMW has to offer, because BMW, like my dad's 7 Series over there, that has a digital driver's display, which is a sort of BMW virtual cockpit, but like the gauges are sort of fixed. You can't really see much information of what's going on, which like, you know, what music is playing, your telephone, navigation, all that stuff, because in that car, that stuff is controlled by the heads-up display. This one does not have it, but in that car, that stuff is more controlled through the heads-up display. I like how in this one, this is like sort of built in together as one. With the non-virtual cockpit A4, you still do get a driver's display. It's a much smaller version, but the gauges are analog. You still get a little screen in the center there, which still does look pretty fresh in today's day and age. As far as materials on the dashboard go, obviously being an Audi, you'd expect them to be very good, and yes, they are. Despite this being like the compact sedan, the materials are still very high quality. As you can see, the materials are very soft to the touch, even along the airbag over there. It's a good combination of like leatherette material, soft touch materials, and like, you know, aluminum and metals. It's a very, very nice cabin to be in, especially if you're getting into it for the first time. It makes a very good impression. It makes you think that this car is a much more expensive car than it really is. For being a compact sedan, you might think this car competes with like something like maybe a BMW 540, which it doesn't. But that being said, the quality is very high, especially for something of this price. It's very impressive. Even down here, you know, they're not scratchy. You still got soft touch materials throughout, everywhere. Also, the headliner is suede, which is really nice. You know, everything about the interior is just very nice. You're just cocooned in luxury, and like, it's great value for money. Alrighty. That's about it for this one. Well guys, thank you all so much for watching my review on this 2018 Audi A4 S-Line. As always, let me know what you guys think of the review and leave some suggestions of cars I should review in the comment section below. Sorry that I haven't been able to upload much. Coronavirus is making things rather difficult because all the car dealerships are closed. So this is like a family outing that I took the chance to film this car. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, practice social distancing, and I will see you guys in my next video. Drive safely till then.